Hello there. Yes, I'm making this and I'm being a little bit of a jerk while I'm making this. But November 18th of this year, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet releases, and I'm going to be doing a 24-hour stream, and I would like to see you all there. That's right, November 18th. That's a Friday, 24-hour stream. I will be doing it, and I will be having fun. So come on by, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, do all that stuff, and yeah, we'll have fun. So, excuse me again. Well, not again. Well, you might have already watched that video earlier and saw that I was getting a little coffee at the end. But, we've been hearing rumblings of this, and we've known that Facebook is a dying company for a very long time, and its rebranding into Meta wasn't going to help it. But Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg firing 11,000 employees after company spends $15 billion on metaverse. And I know this is from Kotaku. They have some biased interjections into here. It was just the first article that I found that was talking about this. And I probably should have gone to another article, but I'm using Kotaku because, well, it's here. Rumors have swirled this week, and now it's confirmed. Meta, the owner of Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Oculus VR, is sacking 13% of its workforce, a total of around 11,000 employees out of work. This comes in the wake of the companies having spent an extraordinary $15 billion on its so-called metaverse project. So, it was only a matter of time. How many people actively use Facebook still? The only reason, so I have a personal Facebook. The only reason I have Facebook now is to keep into contact with family that I don't see very often and to basically keep dates. That's about it. I have no real usage that I use Facebook for. Granted, I do have an Instagram. I'll say that. And my Instagram link's down below. But I use Instagram to post mainly memes and other things like that. I don't really do much on my Instagram, mainly because I don't really know how to use it and I don't really care how to learn. But other than the only thing that keeps Meta actually profitable is Instagram. I could say WhatsApp. I'm not really that sure. I don't like WhatsApp that much. But Instagram's the only thing that people actually still use of Facebook's. And even that's only to share pictures. Only grandma, grandpa, mom, and dad are on Facebook still. Nobody else uses it that much. Confirmed in in a post to Meta, why couldn't I say that? Sites Monday, Zuckerberg messaged his employees in a contrite tone. Yeah, because he's a robot. Today, I'm sharing some of the most difficult changes we've made in Meta's history. The billionaire CEO began continuing. I've decided to reduce the size of our team by 13% and let more than 11,000 of our talented employees go. Explaining why he believes this needs to happen, Zuckerberg lays the blame at a convenient universal gimme, COVID. Yes, COVID. The thing that, and I mentioned this in my last video when talking about Disney and Disney Plus and then into the parks. The COVID bubble for these tech platforms was always going to burst. I hate to mention this to you, and sometimes I hate it, but not everybody is on computers 24/7 during the lockdowns, which I highly oppose. A lot of people were online more. But eventually lockdowns were going to end. Eventually things were going to start going back to normal. And this tech bubble that was being created because of COVID was always going to burst. It was not going to last forever. And everybody that thought it was going to last forever got a bridge to sell you. But how many people still actively use Facebook for its actual post functions and not just its messenger app? Not just anything besides that. Like, are you actively searching people out? Are you actively posting on it all the time? Probably not. Again, I only have Instagram, and even there I'm only posting like my thumbnails, links to the video, which I really shouldn't be doing over there because it doesn't actually, from what I'm seeing, it doesn't actually work, or I might just be doing it wrong. I don't know. Except this time that COVID was too good for them as a company. Yeah, it really was. Citing outsized revenue growth because people aren't using your platform as much and nobody's coming on there, so your ads aren't producing as much. It was always going to happen. As a result of people spending more time and money online during lockdowns, the boss, who is not taking a pay cut, oh, you just have to add that in there, don't you? That's why I highlighted it, because Kotaku's a bunch of socialists. Adds, many people predicted this would be a permanent acceleration that would continue even after the pandemic ended. I did too. So I made the decision to significantly increase our investments. So he's right. He's absolutely right. A lot of people, Disney's included, HBO's included, Twitter's technically included in this too at a time, and a lot of companies are included in this. You thought this lockdown COVID bubble, this tech bubble, this massive bubble was going to be around forever. Your bubble has burst. That's why streaming platforms are losing money. That's why Facebook's losing money. That's why Twitter was extremely losing money. And even though Elon Musk owns it now and things look like it's changing, Twitter's in massive debt. It was in debt when Elon came by to buy it. These platforms are struggling. YouTube, the only reason YouTube is actually sustainable isn't because of YouTube. It's because it's subsidized by Google. That's the only way YouTube's sustainable. Unfortunately, Zuckerberg says this didn't happen. He then this didn't happen? Oh, he's talking about the burst and how people thought it was going to last forever. He then references the macroeconomic downturn, increased competition, and ad signal loss. Ooh, increased competition. Yes, because now, and we'll get into it, but you have the increased competition on Twitter. You have the increased competition through social. You have Rumble. You have all these other platforms popping up. Alt tech's finally taking off. Shout out to a bunch of the alt tech guys like Steven Crowder. Don't care if you like him. Don't care if you hate him. Steven Crowder on Rumble last night managed to pull in 300,000 viewers for his midterm election stream. His largest stream, and the largest stream that I know of to date on Rumble, like active watchers. Over time, you might have some videos that get that much, but I mean, actively watching in those periods of time, he had over 300,000 or around 300,000. That's huge. He then references the macroeconomic signal loss, saying these have all led to much lower revenue than expected. Then, crucially, he adds, I got this wrong and I take responsibility for that. As a lot of you guys should. I'm not going to lie. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram's still part of Facebook, but a lot of these platforms thought they were untouchable. You go into your Silicon Valley bubbles and you think you're untouchable. Nobody's ever going to mess with you. Alt tech's creeping up because when you guys pulled out your, you guys overplayed your hands at the beginning of 2021. Not going to go into specific details, but you scared a lot of people off. Let's be real. You scared people off, and alt tech started ramping up its production and becoming more of a thing. So much so that Rumble is now publicly traded. Rumble is becoming huge. I have a Rumble channel. Go check it out. Odyssey's becoming huge. I have an Odyssey channel. Go check it out. Links are in the description. I don't talk about them a whole lot. But you are always going to see your profits turn. But again, Facebook, nobody uses Facebook anymore. Twitter's only seeing... We'll get into that. I'm saving that. What he doesn't mention at all is the company's wiped out its massive revenues on Reality Labs. And this is Kotaku. I gotta give you props for this. Gotta give you props. Gotta give props where props is due. This disastrous metaverse project that even the company's own developers don't want to use. The goal of the metaverse, if it can be said to have one, is to create some manner of online VR space where people will want to spend their time and money, which as yet has not proven at all popular or successful. Facebook's going the way of MySpace, as all these platforms do. The internet is in a constant motion. And the dumbest thing, the dumbest thing to ever invest your money on, especially after COVID, when lockdowns are done, is into this massive VR chat room system. And I get it. You can get all conspiratorial on why this was invented. I have some theories of it myself. It wasn't going to work. But with some of these conspiracy theories, let's say they are true. What people don't realize is humans want to be outside. They don't like being cooped up. They want to be outside. They want to be interacting with one another in real life. Computers, VR, all that's very helpful if your friends, like take Silver and I. Silver is several states away in a completely different time zone. When Silver and I play games, the PC helps us out and we communicate with each other. We don't get to see each other very often. I have friends that I see every day and I enjoy hanging out with them. I enjoy doing stuff with them as well. So, and when Silver comes to me and I haven't gone to him yet. I need to go to him. But when we see each other in person, we don't want to be on the platforms watching movies and stuff. We want to be interacting together in person. This whole being stuck in your room in this VR space where you can interact with each other was never going to take off once lockdowns ended. And even if lockdowns never ended, chances are they were never going to take off because it costs too much money. What people don't realize is not everybody's on the internet. There's still plenty of people in America that do not have Wi-Fi and can't get Wi-Fi. That's a real life thing. It's hard to believe because a lot of people are stuck in cities and they don't realize that outside in the real world, I know a bunch of people that don't have Wi-Fi, don't have cable. They have a landline. That's it. They barely even get signal on a cell phone that they have. With $15 billion spent on the project since 2021, and with insider reporting that no one is saying exactly where all that money went, that's seen average quarterly revenue reduced to $30 million since it seems an enormous elephantine, is that even a word? Elephantine? Subject to have left out of Zuckerberg's statement. Not least when he says he's shifted more of our resources onto a smaller number of high priority growth areas, which incredibly includes our long-term vision for the metaverse. Metaverse might end up becoming a thing. I don't know. I highly doubt it. We have reached out to Meta to ask about exactly this and why Zuckerberg doesn't refer to his spending in his memo. Unfortunately, their only response was to link us back to the memo we were asking about. Now they go into the fired staff, and then they have to get a little punchy with our good friend Elon Musk. But I'm going to exit out of this real quick because I couldn't find a good thing. Facebook's also not growing right now. A lot of people, again, nobody's really using it. Facebook isn't growing. Not a whole lot of people are making a Facebook account. It's going the way of a lot of other apps. It's to be expected. It happens. Fired staff will be receiving 16 weeks of base pay plus 2 extra weeks pay for each year of employment, plus all their remaining paid time off. They and their families will also get health insurance for 6 months, 3 months of career support, and vitality, immigration support. Overseas employees will receive similar support. Oh, that's so nice. That's a lot of things that I'll never get if I lost my job. Now, and shout out to Papa Gundam for this, because Papa Gundam does some great work. Like some excellent work, even if it is very nihilistic. But he walked over some of those days in the life of tech employee videos. The days in the life of the Facebook employee video, all these tech employees, they have it made, man. And they act like they have they act like they're worked so hard. They have it made. All this is stuff that I think the boss of my company might get. I don't even think some of the big people that I work for would get something this nice if they were laid off. This is super nice. However, affected staff will also be finding their access to most Meta systems and now cut off, although they'll get to use their email address for the rest of the day. But that's expected in case you have I can't think what it's called, but an employee that's upset. In case that happens, they can't go in there and sabotage a bunch of code. That's perfectly fine. That's always going to happen. You don't really have to add this part. Meta also announcing some sweeping cutbacks. Desk sharing will be introduced for staff who mostly work from home. Why the heck this wasn't implemented in the first place, I don't know. Why the heck people still are working from home, I don't know. But they are. Real estate is being sold. Yeah, you got a lot of it. Sell it off. And there's a hiring freeze. I could not say that word. Through Q1 next year. And that might continue if Facebook and Meta don't start producing money. The hiring freeze might continue. And this is sad. This is a sad moment, says Zuckerberg, acknowledging that even those who are staying will be worrying about their futures. With trademark hubris in the face of laying off 13% of his staff, the Facebook founder then adds, "I believe we are deeply underestimated as a company today." No, you're deeply overestimated, and you're still overestimating your value. Presumably referencing that the company's shares have fallen to 30% of where they were at the start of 2022. And now, you know what? I'm not going to go into this part because this is where they do some editorializing and opinion on and back-talking Twitter. But there was a time when all these platforms were dying. And then a magical man came into one. Magical man. And as of today, recording this magical man has seemingly revitalized this platform. What platform is that, you say? Twitter says user growth has picked up since Elon Musk took over. They're seeing over 1 million users active a day. People are constantly using it. And as of today, Twitter Blue went out only for those people with iOS. And all those people with Apple phones, I say go F yourself. Anyways, continuing, Twitter has been revitalized because of Elon Musk's actions. How long that will last, we don't know. Am I going to eventually buy Twitter Blue when it becomes available for me? You betcha. Especially if this what they're saying is true and it actually helps improve access to videos and things like that. Definitely I'm buying it. 100% I am buying it. But Facebook could have a resurgence. Chances are slim to none because nobody wants to use it though. The only reason people are going back to Twitter is because Elon Musk managed to revitalize it. You still have alt tech platforms that are on the rise. I mentioned Rumble. Rumble is becoming huge. Rumble and locals are becoming huge. These platforms are rising. I have a Rumble. Go check it out. Odyssey's becoming decently sized. Not as huge as Rumble, but decently. I have an Odyssey. Go check it out. If you don't want to watch me here, go check me on Odyssey. If you're watching this on Odyssey, hi. If you're watching this on Rumble, hi. But Facebook is going the way of MySpace and all those other chat rooms before it. And it's the way of the internet. Not everything is forever. Eventually, YouTube will have to go that way. But that's the way this world works, and so is life. And with that, guys, give me your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. Check out all my links for all my, because we're talking about platforms, check out all my links in the description down below. I have a Twitter, Facebook, well, I don't have my Facebook, but I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram. Check out my Rumble, my Odyssey. If you're on those things, I don't know what you guys are seeing down there because I haven't really, I'm over there, I just don't use it as much. But I need to promote it more, and hey, bye for now.